Stats was more focused on getting information out to the public. So when we were doing that, the teams weren't that interested in analytics.
Interesting.
But when we started Baseball Info Solutions, and then especially when the book Moneyball came out,
yeah,
the interest in analytics just skyrocketed in baseball, and our business started really taking off.
Interesting. So would you say that like the Moneyball book actually helped your business?
No question.
Yeah.
No question. I mean, I think that there would have been more interested in analytics as time went on just by happenstance. But
that sped up the process.
Oh my gosh, it really sped up the process. And, teams began to realize it's not just the scouting. You got to supplement your scouting with analytics, because you can get information from analytics that you can't get from scouting, or that either corroborate or disagrees with your scouting. And then it's like, well, maybe we should double check on what we really think this guy is capable of doing. The analytics say he's not very good.
Yeah, he doesn't get on base.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, or he does get on base.
Right.
Like I remember the Moneyball example of Scott Hatteberg, where the scouts were like, he can't throw a baseball,
right.
And yet Billy Beane was like, he gets on base.
And then that book is what's a stronger word than testament? It is like Bill James is the god of that book. I don't know if you've read the book.
I haven't read the book.
Well, the movie came out, and Bill James has a nice feature in the movie.
Yeah.
But in the book, Billy Beane's like, this guy Bill James, he's really done some incredible work. I got to do this work within the team.
Yeah.
And so he was inspired, just like I was inspired by Bill James. Billy Beane was inspired by Bill James, and I think that eventually the Red Sox hired Bill James to be their senior advisor.
Yep.
And
they also wanted to hire Billy Beane too.
Right. They tried to hire Billy Beane. They couldn't get him, but they hired Bill James. John Henry was the owner.
Yeah.
And since hiring Bill, now this isn't all Bill, obviously, but the Red Sox hadn't had a championship in
86 years.
86
or
years.
80. Yeah, 86 years. Yeah.
And so since Bill's been there, they've had 4 championships. And he just announced his retirement from working with the Red Sox, but he's going to continue doing his baseball analytics at the age of 70. He's now 70 years old.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely the face of the analytical revolution.
And I want to say this about Bill.
Yep.
Bill is the one true genius I think I've known in my entire life. The man, the way he thinks about things, the way he approaches problems is just incredible. And I am always mesmerized whenever I get the opportunity to spend some time with him as to the way he thinks. And he's the nicest guy in the world, too. And when you know him in person, his early books were pretty tough on teams and players. And
really, like hard to understand, very mathematical?
No, they weren't hard to understand at all. That's the genius, part of his genius. He wrote in a way that made it really understandable.
Huh.
But he wouldn't mince words. I'm trying to remember it. He would say things like, "This manager is really bad," and
gotcha.
This player, can't hit his way out of a paper bag.
He basically said it like he saw it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He was, in his younger days. He says he's mellowed as he has gotten older, but he's also working with a team, learned some of the inside things that he didn't know he's really respectful of the scouting industry, having talked to and worked with scouts. And that's vital. Marrying the analytics to the scout information is absolutely vital.
Yeah, I'm sure after he's seen the other side, so to speak,
yes.
he's like you said, grown to respect it. Well, obviously, all of those stories very interesting. I actually didn't know you had that close a relationship with Bill James. That's awesome.
He's an investor. He was an investor in Stats and an investor in our current company.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And that's only a minor part. He's a friend and of someone that I work with all the time.
That's great. That's so cool, and it's so impressive what you've done. Basically merging a passion into a career, and as I mentioned a couple of times already, it's really been at the forefront of the pioneering that this industry has brought to sports in general.